can't even sleep. Her pussy all in my face. Nigga can't even eat. Got me clenching my jaws. Nigga can't even speak. House surrounded by hitters. Nigga can't even creep. That fuck shit for the bird. Don't give a fuck about your feelings. Liddy gonna treat the bitches like a turd. We pulling up, just get a word. A lot of you niggas flowing straight garbage. I'ma send you niggas by the curb. Fuck a charge in my lawyer and he showing up and looking like a nerd. All speaking no English. Them niggas got the phone whips. Fuck boys and real niggas. Would never ever coexist. Just came home and got no paperwork. Never let a man on it lit. My bitch know I got good dick. Never talk about it with her friends. We gon' do this shit like a man. Walking down out the whips. You asking Liddy for a favor. That ain't my language. Yeah, you talking French. Just turn the page on the chapter. Money pals what I'm after. So what the fuck is you saying, nigga? Shit don't even matter. Bitch know that I'm the man. Jumping in my DM thinking nigga sweet. Trying to work me with the scams. I was on the plane shackled up with the lunch bag in my hand. Was on 23 and when he came by myself, hit me with them Zans. Oh man, if I'm not with my wife, then I'm with a bad bitch. All the monkeys in there try doing backflips. Diamonds icy, you can skate on them hat tricks. Dirty hoes, pussy smell like a catfish. Wish you was on my team like my last bitch. Flush feelings down the toilet, my last shit. I ain't stopping till they dip in the casket. Still dripping, but it's slow like molasses. Pop me a Molly, nigga can't even sleep. A pussy all in my face, nigga can't even eat. Got me clenching my jaws, nigga can't even speak. House surrounded by hitters, nigga can't even creep. That fuck shit for the birds. Don't give a fuck about your feelings. Liddy gonna treat the bitches like a turd. We pulling up, just get a word. A lot of you niggas flowing straight garbage. I'ma send you niggas by the curb. And fuck a charge in my lawyer and he showing up and looking like a nerd.
You want too much liquor, nigga can't even drive. Say on the deuce, I done dropped about 5. I done step in the beat with my 5. You gon' run up in your ass when he fine. All I know real, I ain't telling no lie. Get shit grilled, I'm telling you, come try. Got your bitch in my crib, that shit on island. Baby, a man eater like feet 4, 5. So you gon' take my shit, I ain't one of them guys. Rap both my dogs, ain't one of them fight. Rap both my posts, ain't one of them strike. I got 2 more folks, but I ain't got no spray. Get behind a nigga, bitch like height. Swerving lane, slamming on your bitch like Mike. I ain't got shit to say, nigga, read me my right. Catch him in traffic, he sleeping
I just
till
pop me a Molly. Nigga can't even sleep. A pussy all in my face. Nigga can't even eat. Got me clutching my jaws. Nigga can't even speak. House surrounded by hitters. Nigga can't even creep. That fuck shit for the birds. Don't give a fuck about your feelings. Lily gonna treat the bitches like a turd. We pulling up, just get a word. A lot of you niggas flowing straight garbage. I'ma send you niggas by the curb. Fuck a charge in my lawyer and he showing up and looking like a nerd. Beat it.
We are back in the building. What's good, family? What's good, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. It's the new culture in the building. Thomas Legacy Equitable Solutions. Equitable Solutions. Glad that y'all are back in the building with me for another day, another day, another dollar. Let me get this right here. All right, y'all, we are at over 800 subs. We are fastly approaching 1,000 subs. That's going to be a good party. I got something specially planned for it. I've actually been planning for it since the day that I started. When I get to 1,000 subs, then when I get to 2,000 and 2,500 and so forth. So I want to thank everybody that's here so far. I know that YouTube has been very crazy with the actual. Damn, they still live. They've been live since 9 o'clock this morning. God damn. But yeah, I got ADD, ADHD. I can't be live for like 3 hours. That's the max. If we flowing 3 hours, I can't do 5, 6 hours. I cannot do that. But today we have the world premiere of our phone call to Credit Acceptance Corporation. And there's no introduction even needed. Like I said, it's one thing to put your communications in writing. Hold on one second. It's one thing to put your communications in writing. It's another thing to be on the phone and communicate on their level public. But before we get I don't even know if I got an email from a person named Empress Nydia. And of course, in their email had all rights reserved, sovereign community, national this, nations of the nation. So apparently she subscribes to the Moorish Science Temple of America, which, like I said, I know real people from that organization and they love me because I'm kind of pointing out the imposters, how people call themselves Moors, but they're not really the real Moors from the Moorish Science Temple. People that I know, they don't subscribe to the tactics that they try to use in court, nor they try to use their religion or organizations to get out of their financial obligations. The people that I know, they all for paying your bills, registering your vehicle, but if you don't want to register, there's certain ways to go about it, as we've already discussed. So I received an email well, I don't even know if I could. I already received an email. I received an email from this person, and in this email, this lady says that I did not know what I was talking about the proper way of going about claiming your rights and your defense and your recoupments with the mortgage and taxes, because I had no right to even bring a claim with these people because I was not a Moor. Hold on one second.
The short answer to this is it depends. In the first scenario, let's say you have excellent credit.
Because I was not a Moor. No lies. Because I was not a Moor. I did not have the right to speak on the Moors, but not the Moors, or try to use taxes. She said that I had to be a Moor unless they wasn't going to recognize any of my documents. The IRS, the banks. This is what she said in the email.
So I just had
Hold on.
a sovereign citizen
Hold on. Stop.
come in my
Stop.
email
Hold on
telling
1
me
second.
how I'm
I'm
wrong
trying
about
to.
all that.
So, this is earlier for a lap, and I I don't even know if I even want to share this, because it was kind of very stupid on her, because obviously
shit and all the laws that I'm using is not going to get people nowhere, because they're not going to recognize it, because I'm not a Moor. My nationality.
So, like I said, it was complete, and I'm sorry, y'all, I shouldn't even be, but it to say that I can't get results because I am a so I didn't have any, none of my documents or correspondence would be answered because I didn't establish my nationality before I sent the documents out. Right. Y'all, please don't ask me why this person sent me an email, and she sent me a laundry list of it. Yeah, it was so crazy that I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even I didn't even know what to do. So I actually have the video. I went and made a video based on the fact that I made a video, responded to it, but that was her thing. And she said that, hold on, y'all should be able to hear me now. So she said that that I wasn't going to get any results. Now, these people right here, you know damn well, y'all, that these are the last people that should be talking anything about results. Like, these are the last people that should be saying anything about any type of results. Because these people, they don't ever get results. All they do is end up in more trouble. So,
come in my email telling me how I'm wrong.
Right. So, these people don't have any rights, and I will drop the video. I just dropped the video to that because it blew my mind why she would say such a thing. And I don't think she actually seen my results or watched my channel enough to know that the stuff that she's claiming what I need to do in order to be successful is stuff that I've already been successful on. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense for you to tell me something that I need to do to be successful when I've already been successful in what I'm talking about. And that is another big problem for them, because now they will see that now and be like, oh, what the hell? See, they would have no, I'm actually speaking on things. These people that are still running around with these talking points, it's their right. I mean, they could do whatever they want. But what I'm telling you all is this is how people will make arguments based off of belief systems more than any type of facts, statistics, and data. So while I'm getting the video loaded up, I will tell everybody this part, that no matter what you hear on TikTok, no matter what you hear on social media, the down payment for an auto loan, and even if people try to use that statute, the sum of all charges, I mean, if you're trying to get your down payments back, which you can, that's cool. But this clarifies and confirms our position when we file our information returns at the end of the year, the substance of the transaction. Now, let me just tell you this. This video, the agent on the phone, you don't have to go watch TikTok anymore. You don't have to go watch other YouTube channels or any other platform to realize what is the true nature of the transaction regarding auto loans. And we're going to stick with auto loans today. Until you can really understand the internal accounting, what they're filing on their consolidated balance sheets, because that tells the true story. That is the most complete picture that you're going to get, is when they file their consolidated balance sheets and do their tax returns with the IRS at the end of the year. See, this is where the IRS will become and then when you got your facts, statistics, data, and everything to line up with it, there's really no rebuttals for them. So the IRS will most likely just take the credits from their return and refund it to you. Case closed. Wash and rinse and repeat. The problem with a lot of other people is they want to get to that result, but they're taking routes that, in my opinion, you don't really need to take. It's like a waste. And they call these people expecting them to agree with them one, right? And then from there, do something from there, do something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, set off the account. That's probably what a lot of them are expecting, things to get done right then and there in the moment. In most cases, it's probably not going to happen. Not that way. So this video is actually going to provide insight. It says still processing. I'm trying to figure out. I think the file is too big. What I'll do, y'all, I would just upload it to YouTube right quick while we're still here, and then we could just go to YouTube to do. I be honest with you, I should have did that while I was here, but yeah, because you're going to hear some stuff on this video that you're going to be like, damn, probably stuff you already knew, but it's always different when from the do a lot of things the horse's mouth. I don't really like to take any type of action unless I am 100% sure that it's coming from the horse's mouth, or I can back it up, or anything. But yeah, I had Empress kind of, yeah, it was very, like, to be honest with y'all, I really don't be understanding why, like, if their way is the right way, right? If their way is the right way, then why need to tell me, like, because I know their way is the wrong way. I know their way is the wrong way. I know their way is the wrong way. I know for sure their way is the wrong way. So I can easily talk about that. And it's you know, it ain't got nothing to do with has nothing to do with none of that other stuff. So I'm going to upload this now. To okay, y'all. So I didn't know. I'm gonna start uploading videos directly from the desktop. I'm gonna put this to the public for now. Bam. So, all right, y'all. So we got about a few seconds before it's finished uploading. I've been a YouTube partner. I don't know why they say congratulations. I've been monetized. Been a YouTube partner, I guess. So this lady actually told me what I was doing was wrong. Matter of fact, let me see if I can point it out to y'all right now. I should be able to do it now. Because when I was done, I immediately hold on. I'm gonna upload this too. I just had a sovereign citizen come in my email telling me how I'm wrong about all that shit, and all the laws that I'm using is not gonna get people nowhere because they're not gonna recognize it because I'm not a Moor. My nationality is not indigenous. So I'm still under their rules, their guidelines, their whatever, the United States. The only way I can get remedy in the mortgage or IRS, I have to claim my nationality and be outside the jurisdiction of the United States and using the tax forms that I don't have a right to use because I'm not a Moor national. Now, this is what someone told me. I don't know what the hell they talking about, but it goes to show how these people are delusional in their thinking and in their mindset, how delusional they are, that I'm not going to get remedy on a mortgage because I'm not a Moor, and they're not going to recognize my government authority. Ain't that some crazy ass shit? Like, really, isn't that the most craziest shit you ever heard? That I'm not going to get a remedy because I'm not a Moor. Stop it. Y'all, I will upload Imposters. What's up? She wants some clout. Let's give her some of it. She gonna look as she presents herself. Oh yeah, you already know she's gonna have the whole feds and yeah. So a lot of them have been hitting me up privately lately, but I be like, why do y'all wait till I'm off air to hit me up? Come live. Come live. Let's do it live on the days where it's open for the trolls, because I don't really take y'all serious. But yeah, this is what they do. But I don't really like I like, to be honest with you, I'm telling you, I don't take them serious. Like, really, let's not get it twisted. I don't take them serious. I don't take them serious, y'all. Wow, this one got 563 views. Quick. Oh, about the I took little snippets from the last video there. So, like I said, to follow up with Midwest Success the other day, I don't know if I don't know if, because Otis may have to order an apology, but it's hard to I don't know, y'all. It's hard to say now. He didn't take the chat down. I mean, take that post down, which is probably the best thing for him to do. I don't think it was smart from the beginning. But yeah, they still held another class after the fact. So yeah, they still held another class after the fact. So we don't know. We don't know. I still believe it's real. I still believe he got it. Whether it's spendable or not, there's probably some other things have to be done. Because me personally, like I said from last one, not to get into it more, if I have 1.5 cooking a dinner, selling a dinner, that's the last thing on my mind. I'm about to go be eating some filet mignon. Somebody gonna be cooking me a lavish dinner. I ain't about to be selling no goddamn dinners. All right, video just got uploaded. Okay, so without further ado, Go with this bullshit. Without further ado, let's get to the video. The video pretty much speaks for itself, so I don't have to stop doing commentary. Pete, I just seen you. I just peeped you. For real. Yeah, Pete, like, shit, fuck a dinner. Fuck cooking a dinner. Man, fuck cooking it, man. They cooking me some exclusive shit. I'm paying for that shit. So, this is my call to credit acceptance, and I will go in and add in the details later. I'll go add the details to it later. So this is what's going to be on the details for the video. This title captures the essence of this video, including our successful inquiry, the legal defenses under UCC 3, 305, and 306, and our claim to the proceeds from the debt instrument issuance under 26 USC 1273. So that is will be under the description in the video for people that come later. So without further ado, let's just hear the conversation I have with credit acceptance. I did this video on the fly, and we will get it. So I need everybody here to hit the like on the way into the door. Likes are free. It don't cost you much. Just hit the like in the door. And I got a very important video to share with y'all to let you know that everything that I said on the phone, this will be part of my claim in writing. So imagine what I'm saying on the phone, where the conversation we had, this will be part of my claim. And then the IRS orders them to respond to my claim about whatever claim I have. Let's say the IRS asks to respond to this because it appears that we're going to take part of your credits and pay them. So everything I'm saying, keep that mindset. Everything I'm saying, I will put in writing as a claim. Okay? Whether this is a mortgage, auto, credit card, it don't matter. The same principles apply. The principles may not be direct facts, but the principles apply. So let's treat this as me putting a claim in, and they got to respond to the claim. Okay? So I got the video queued up. I'm ready for that. But before we get there, I need y'all to bear with me 1 second, because I gotta get something together, and I will be right back.
Okay. Get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it. Red in my car like a bracket. Blue diamonds on wrist like a cracking. The locator dropped and attack it. Taking everything out to be stacking. Get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it. Red in my car like a bracket. Blue diamonds on wrist like a cracking. A locator dropped and attack it. Taking everything out to be stacking. See you showing straps from your pimp, you ain't gon' slide. Happy niggas got a fans looking for them, nah, they ain't gon' lie. Bitch nigga, I'm spending. Put your ass in that blender. Got a cartwheel in this tech. You know the dog gon' flip it. Stack to the ceiling. It's right when the bitches the rapper to get me. Blow the backs with the Simmons. The all on the back of the Simmons. What I get for the single look like it's double guarantee. I'm a triple that. Bands out the ass, they go triple stack. I got different pass like the nickel back. My niggas gon' try to be stacking. Get a drop to be ass when attacking. You just give me a week and flip over like the piss inside of a mattress. Got the raw in the shipments. Cold as a bitch, got a soul in the building. Jumping all on the stairwell. Only move for the women and children. It's the feeling the wake of the money. Counting that bag while you only get bloody. Your bitch in the bed and she sleep. You ain't tripping in 6
We here.
Hello, hello. The money is calling. 20 minutes. The money is calling. Just made a band while I'm yawning. Okay, bro, niggas are speaking the bonnets.
Yeah.
Bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it. Red in my car like a bracket. Blue diamonds are.
So I couldn't talk about That was from my mom, by the way. It's for my mom, by the way. Another one from my mom. Two different numbers. One was 16,000. The other was 15,000. Hold on. Where is the top? Where's the first part of it? Did I accidentally delete it? I think I did. Because the first one, I should use first, this 15,828.59. Y'all seen it though. Then this was another one. These ain't no little ass tax bills. It's been over 100 grand in tax bills my mom owed. But I can't speak on it because I'm not a Moor. I can't discharge or set off tax bills because I'm not a Moor. That's what she told me. My documents wouldn't be answered because I wasn't a Moor. I wouldn't be able to get nothing. None of my instruments will be recognized by the Treasury because I'm not a Moor. Though it says clearly, credit to the U.S. Treasury. And I damn sure can't set off a mortgage because I'm not a Moor. I can't do any of that because I'm not a Moor. According to the lady that sent me an email, I'm not a Moor. They're not going to recognize it. And although I don't have 1.5 like Midwest, not at the moment liquid, I've done pretty good, you know. I was able to make a significant payment before. It was my personal bank account. That's why I told the other dude coming in here, like, bro, you don't want to have money wars. You don't want to talk that shit to me. Not me. Not me. My glasses probably cost more than what he had in his pocket. But we're about to get to that video. Matter of fact, hold fast. Hold fast, y'all. Hold fast. Hold fast. I would be 2 seconds. Just hold fast.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm into this shit. We tryna win in it, bitch. I put it in this shit. I drop a 10 in it, bitch. We tryna win in this shit. Yeah. Hey. Skirt.
Said a man couldn't get what she needs, so the fall is the best on the league. Everything is on me, she pull up in the X, I took off in the Z. Put all of my dogs on their feet, now they stand on their two, took them off of the leash. Heard your dog bit the cheese, it cost nothing to get in the talk, it was cheap. Double out Phantom, 3,500 my Dana. All my bitches are trophies. I hang them all in a mantle. She got a toe like a camel, keeping it wax like a candle. Now fucking a random, said it is sweet, and I want to sample. Nail it to this bed when I whip out this hammer. She pee my bites when I handle the smoke. Have my dick in her mouth for my pants at the floor. She know it ain't sweet 30, hang out the stick. It be long as it let make a stand by the door. Yeah, she like my 40, she hang on my hip. Shorty's nature is naughty, she think about this. Should've watched all the words before they came out your lips. We gon' choke till we blue in the face like a critic. Caught your bitch out that head, that's a pick off. Shoot your head like the deal that you signed, get it ripped off. Still gonna make the bitch jump like a tip off. If it's up, it's gon' stay in the air like a kick off. Acrobat dope, it gon' flip off the stove. NBA with these hoes, when I pick them, they roll. Headshot, leaving shit all on the road. A trunk full of bitches and all of them go. Said a man couldn't get what she needs, so the fall is the best time.
It's my wife for her birthday. Her birthday Sunday. I paid $7.45 for this. It's a Valentino bag, handbag. Valentino handbag. Got this for her birthday. One of the things I got her. And it come with the little thing so she can carry like a purse. Shh, I don't want her to hear. Shh, if I get to the video, let me put that down for a second. Love my wife, man. Take care of my wife, man. It's the Gucci purse. This is $4,495 plus tax. It's like $5,000 for this. This was it. Oh, she got a dress attached to this. This was a Christmas gift. This was 8 racks. The hell she got in here? Oh, the Chanel. Chanel personal. Why she got them in here? I don't have 1.5, but my wife belong. I don't got 1.5. But good. Let's get to it, y'all. So my more friends that are in here, my more scientific friends that's from Morocco, who's never been over there. For this video, because maybe I should learn something. Maybe I can learn something. Which one should I wear? These for the video or the Balenciagas? Which I just see. Which ones? Which one should I wear? Only my more friends need to respond. Which ones? Should I throw these on? Or should I throw these on? I think I'm gonna wear these. Hold on. I'll look from this side. Which one, y'all? I'm a more than no. You must be a more. I mean, look at those. Which one should I wear? I'm gonna stick with these because it complements the outfit more. Let's go, y'all. Set these aside. Let's set these right here. Oh, yeah, it comes with the whole fish, whatever. All right, this I need you to do. I need you. Let me set this, close this case. I need you to put this back in your closet. Make sure she don't come out the room. Hurry up. I'm paying for 20 people to learn the process because I'm here for the people. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can do whatever you want with your money. Like, I don't want to say, but it's like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he's really for the people. But I know me personally, I'm just not holding the class right now with 1.5. I'm just not. Oh, nor am I cooking. Like, I'm relaxing. I'm planning a vacation. I'm so excited. Me and my wife, we out shopping. And then, you know, I know him. I know he would come like, yo, I stopped playing me. I told you this shit was legit. Told you I stopped playing me. I told you this shit was legit. Rack flex. Had the rack sitting on the shoulders like. So I'm like, this man must be conservative. But I'm like, nah, he's not conservative. So I don't know. I believe he got it, but I don't know. I just hope I'm not made to look bad in it because if 2 weeks, 30 days go by and I'm like, because I'm the one, I believe he got it. I seen someone show me an account and it was identical to his. So I'm like, okay, got it. Yeah, I wish they would have put it on both sides instead of this side. So, you know, people that want everybody to know that you got Balenciaga, they'll be like, yeah, so I'm not want to be like, yeah, so the class today, nah, I'm just going to be regular. All right, so I want everybody to, let me turn my volume up a little bit so I can hear it good. Y'all can hear it good. I think the volume goes right here. All right, that should be good enough. So without further ado, let me share my screen. He said you must be a more. Let me see. Now the Moors, them the $100 million people. They're the one with the 5. I'm already sharing my screen. Oh, why ain't y'all telling me I was sharing my screen? I must be a more. Them 5,000. Hey, y'all, everybody like this video, y'all. Take a second to hit the likes. I will be putting the description later on. I'll edit and join the description so y'all, everybody will know what's going on. Let me. At least 10K views. Let's go. This is why it's good to understand the accounting and how they account for these transactions on their consolidated balance sheets. Because on their consolidated balance sheets, it's going to evidence a loan, not from credit acceptance to the customer or consumer, but that to the dealer. That is important when it comes to actual liability on the account. To me, it was a loan from credit acceptance to them, in which part of me purchasing the vehicle, it was they assigned the loan over. Now, that's important because last time I spoke to credit acceptance employees, they told me to reach out to the dealer. UCC track is generated by credit acceptance, so it's under their approval. So my first thing is the down payment. Now, on a recorded conversation with the dealership told me that the credit acceptance would approve the financing and I will make a down payment in order to seal the deal. I asked the dealership, are you pocketing any of this down payment? And the dealership said, no, it's going to credit. Now, I looked on credit acceptance filings with the SEC, and the credit acceptance did this with the dealership because I'm under the portfolio program. And the dealership has already said they don't offer in-house financing. This is why it's always good to already do your thorough research before you call them. So there's no question about the transaction that you're under. You don't need to call and see if they're going to verify what you believe you already know. And this would lead to frustration because we're looking for them to validate things that they don't want to and not going to. Notice how I told them I was under the portfolio program and there was no denials or words said. Now, and that's important because most people will call them trying to ask what questions that they should already know the answer to. And when these people know that you don't know the answer to a particular question, the dancer not going to give it to you. So it says, the dealer is an active participant in the servicer's portfolio program. According to the servicer's 10K SEC filing as of December 31st, 2023, the portfolio program is explained as, under the portfolio program, we advance money to the dealer, referred to as a dealer loan, in exchange for the right to service the underlying consumer loans. The dealer informed the obligor that the down payment is required by the servicer, credit acceptance, to complete the transaction. At no point did the dealer inform the obligor that the down payment was not in fact required by the servicer, but the down payment of $2,700 would serve as part of the dealer's compensation under the portfolio program. Under the portfolio program, as payment for the vehicle, the dealer generally receives the following: a down payment from the consumer, a cash advance from us, and after the advance balance, such as advance and related dealer loan fees and costs, has been recovered by as the cash payments made on consumer loans. See that? The cash payments made on consumer loans, net collection costs, and our servicing fee, which is called a dealer holdback. This is all the information you need to know regarding your auto finance company before you can even make any claim.
Because when you know what transaction that you're under, you can be assertive and keep the conversation going instead of being uncertain and looking for validation from people who have no interest in validating anything that they may potentially be liable for.
A down payment from the customer, a cash advance from us meaning credit acceptance, and after the advance balance, net collections and the cash payments made on the consumer loans and costs and our servicing fee. It also revealed that credit acceptance is the servicer for credit acceptance auto loan receivables trust. So just to give you a little backdrop, the money was provided by investors in the trust, and it was secured by my monthly payments of principal or income. So every time I make a monthly payment on my vehicle, it's not going to credit acceptance to pay down the loan. It's actually going to the investors who purchase trust notes from credit acceptance's trust. And that principal and interest payments goes to pay down the trust notes. So my question to you is, first, how is that the dealership is saying that the down payment went to credit acceptance in the beginning? Then when I called them back, they never admitted that they said the down payment goes to credit acceptance. They forgot they was recorded at the time. And second, that credit acceptance, in their own words, in their own filings with the SEC, it says that the dealership receives the down payment as part of payment for the vehicle. So if I needed to pay $2,700 to amortize the contract, to finalize the deal, and it was disclosed to me, and I have a recording of it, that the money's going directly to credit acceptance, but then come to find out, credit acceptance never got that $2,700. The money also went to the dealership as part of the payment for the vehicle. So my question with credit acceptance is, how does that $2,700 end back up with the dealership when it was presented to me that the $2,700 was going to you all to cover the deal?
This is a tactic that every good trial lawyer uses. They ask questions that
they wanted 67 because of the type of vehicle. They wanted 67. I said, you out your rabbit ass mind. Even though I could have did it if I wanted. So why? So I really talked them all the way down to that. We went to 67, then 5, then 4, then I said 2, they said 27. We literally went back and forth because they came back with a number. I told him, nah, tell him this. He came back with a number. Nah, I told him, tell him this. And I kept asking, are y'all sure y'all not, this is not really y'all's? No, this all go to them. I said, are you sure? Because if it's going to them, I ain't, shit, fuck them. They'll get that shit on the back end. This is going to y'all or them? I meant to say, like, if it was going to y'all, like the dealership, so y'all ain't getting shit. That ain't got nothing to do with the tree. Y'all, whatever y'all got going on the back end with them, y'all get it from them. No, that's not going to us. It's going to them. I said, are you sure? I said, you know I'm going to come back later on. I told you what I do for a living. You know I'm going to come back. I said, okay, let's go. They already know the answer to, and the person that's being cross-examined or on the stand, they know the answer as well. And you ask the question, which you already gave the answer. We already gave the answer to the question. So we asked them just to see if they're going to be honest. And when you put them in a situation like this, they have no choice but to tell the truth. And that's you. You will see, or hear rather, that she has no choice but to tell the truth. Shall we proceed?
So what you said so the down payment actually goes to the dealership to help qualify you to get the loan. We don't collect it, the dealership does, but it is a part of your loan. So we don't get the down payment.
This is why Thomas truth, and that's you will see.
The down payment actually goes to the dealership to help qualify you to get the loan.
See, or hear rather, that she has.
The down payment actually goes to the dealership to help.
That's crazy because I wanted that, which I heard in the background wasn't supposed to come right there. I gotta take the video down and re-edit it.
So the down payment actually goes to the dealership to help.
You see that? Then. Oh, that was supposed to come like 2 seconds later. So when I edited it, it threw it off a few seconds. So I gotta. Shit, I hate that.
Don't get the down payment.
This. So I want y'all to hear this part though.
We don't collect it, the dealership does.
Shall we proceed?
So what you said so the down payment actually goes to the dealership to help.
Y'all hear that though? I don't know why the seconds got thrown off for like 2 seconds. Fuck. But y'all hear that? What she said? All right, cool. You hear that? What she said? She said the down payment goes to the dealer. We don't collect. We don't get nothing from it.
The down payment actually goes to the dealership.
You hear that? Play it again.
The down payment actually goes to the dealership.
Play it again. Shall we proceed?
So what you said so the down payment actually goes to the dealership.
You hear that?
We don't collect it, the dealership does, but it is a part of your loan. So we don't get the down payment.
This is why Thomas Legacy Equitable Solutions is valuable, because we ask the right questions and we get the right answers. I did all my research to already know the answer before I even called these people. And that's the problem. You got people just doing what other people say, not really understanding what they're doing, don't know how to communicate,
and then they get mad at the results that they get. This is why it's important to put sufficient time and research into this so you know what you're doing and they know what you're talking about, so they're not going to play these type of games with you. But we have people with little experience in these fields giving advice like they're experts, and people are taking what they say on face value. You just heard it, not from me, from her, confirming what I already know. So how do you think this? I filed the tax forms. When I look at these amounts is already paid as taxes. How do you think my group is viable? And these are why the rates are what they are. If you want top-notch quality, you need to pay what's worthy of it, not what you can afford to pay, not what you want to pay due to your circumstances, but this is it. Every other lawyer, securities broker, they're going to charge you way more than what I charge you to give you the same answers and the same results. This is why Thomas Legacy Equitable Solutions is valuable. This is why.
All right, I know that's cool. Thank you. That's very important. Now, the actual loan is, I want to refer you that the dealership in-house financing. So how can the dealership give me a loan when they don't give out loans?
Gotcha. So in-house financing is like if the dealership, if you borrow the money from the dealership, or like when the dealership, you do your paperwork, like you're making the monthly payment to them. So because that particular dealership doesn't do their own financing, they reached out to other financial institutions who do. We are one of them that accepted the loan contract.
Okay.
That's why you wouldn't make your monthly payments to the dealership. You would make them to us because we provided the loan.
Now, I don't need to sit there and go back and forth with her at this part saying, no, you didn't make the loan. You didn't make the loan. I'm looking at all the evidence I need. See, most people are hotheads. They get too emotionally involved and they think that they're being lied. It's insulting their intelligence. You got to remember, this is litigation. You see it this way, they see it that way. You don't get well, you're wrong, because I'm looking at it right here. Why are you looking at it? That's what most people do in these spaces who are.
That's a fact, y'all. That's a fact. This stuff is akin to civil litigation. Just because we see it this way and can provide facts that supports our position, they're going to see it their way, and they may provide facts and stuff that may support their position. It's all about who holds the strongest position at the end. And that's what the IRS does when it comes to income tax and then paying and underpayment and what was reported this. They're going to sit back and referee and like, and look at the books. So we got to stop being hotheads and because I see this all over social media. They call it, they're getting upset, they're getting angry, they start getting belligerent because the people on the other end are not just rolling over and playing dead, which I said, y'all, these people are not going to roll over and play dead. These people are not going to roll over and play dead. Did she say some things in this to have me like, that's not true? Yeah, but there's no point of getting into an argument over her right then and with her over it right then and there, because that's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change nothing.
Really uninformed about not just the X's and O's, but how these people operate, how they're trained. This lady doesn't know nothing about the 8K, 10K balance. So why am I going to try to educate her on something that wasn't part of her training manual? She goes by how she was trained. She's not going to take my word. And that's what most people do. They get into these bar fights over the phone with them. They get frustrated, and then they wonder why they get nowhere when they're on the phone with these people. I get more over the phone with these people than most people get in writing.
All right. So that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, so do you notice how even though she's saying something, I'm like, nah, that ain't true. You notice how I'm still being respectful? Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Because no point of arguing. Notice how I'm saying, okay, all right. Even if sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. That's important. Because you got to understand the system from their side as well as the system from our side. I already know our rights. I already know it. But I really master knowing how they process documents. How's the money generated from our securities? Who's purchasing it? Who's the indentured trustee? Who has possession over the account? Where does their interest payments go? How much is allocated towards the principal? I learned all their X's and O's because fortunately, that's what's needed. What I have here is coming from Credit Acceptance's own mouth. It states that when they do their accounting on their balance sheet, the back office stuff, it states that on their accounting, on their books, that is going to be reflected. Matter of fact, page 55, it says, for accounting purposes, the transaction described under the portfolio program are not considered to be loans to consumers. Instead, our accounting reflects that of a lender to
and
the
if
dealer.
You so happen to,
right there. What tells the true story? The accounting. That's where the accounting is going to say it all. When they file their consolidated balance sheets, that's going to tell the true the true truth. But in their balance sheet, they don't ever account for it as a loan from them to us. They account for it as a loan from them to the dealer, which the dealer's loan is secured by the auto contracts that, as I've been saying for months, we are the accommodation party to the dealer's obligation. That's why we make our monthly payments. It's not because you're paying for a vehicle. The vehicle has nothing to do with the transaction. It's all about the securities and the accounting for them. That's the only thing the IRS sees. The actual home and the mortgage doesn't matter. It's all about that deed of trust, promissory note, and then the auto, which is the case here. It's all about the auto installment contract. The underlying property securing it, it really has no major value as far as your recoupments and recovery over the excess are concerned.
In form of the true nature, you just, hey, this is what y'all say. This is not my position, and read off what they say, even though you know they're still not going to know. But you're just getting it on record. You're just planting the seed, and you're like, hey, you're telling me this, but I'm actually going by what your own policy says. So that if you want to enlighten them in that manner, you just, hey, this is exactly what says out of your own mouth. So you are making a point that even though you're saying this to me on the phone, whoever does your books are saying this. That twists them up. But you notice I'm not going to be like, well, you're wrong, you're wrong. I just say, hey, okay, well, your own accounting and credit acceptance, they say this. So I just use that to contradict what she's saying, and she don't even know she's being contradicted because she doesn't know nothing about the 8K, 10K filing. So I said that, and I just left it alone.
So is that this is what took place, man. I signed the contract. The dealership transferred that contract to Credit Acceptance. Credit Acceptance. You notice how I noticed how I was very assertive but very respectful at the same time and said, ma'am, this is what took place. No, this is what took place. Because it's kind of like lawyer, court. A good lawyer never asks the questions they don't know the answer to. So I'm not going to ask a question that I don't already know the answer to. Signed the contract. The dealership transferred that contract to Credit Acceptance. Credit Acceptance now had the proper collateral so they can issue trust notes to the investors. The investors put the money up for my dealer, for the purchase price in exchange for the contract.
And I'm only doing this just to let her know that I know what's going on, because she doesn't know about the 8K, 10K filing. I'm telling her in an assertive manner, like, all right, man, I heard what you said, but this is what really happened. And I'm doing this really to educate her. But it was just more than just to let her know that, okay, this is how I see it.
In where I will be making my monthly payments. Cool. No issue with that. The thing is, and your legal department admitted that credit acceptance never gave me any type of funding in order to even support a contract, which is not a big deal. Rather, they got my promise to pay the security, and they was able to raise the funds for the purchase. So is it that credit, and this is their own words, I'm reading from the and it's filed with the SEC. So is it more that credit acceptance really just acted as a broker between me, the one that needed financing, and the ones who's willing to invest?
But if you've had the experiences in the...
Y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta take this video down and go back to the edit, because along the way, when I made a change or something, it took, you know what I'm saying, it moved it up, everything up like 2 seconds prior. So you can see me, my commentary is cutting in like just a little bit too early. Like it's like everything is like 2 seconds off. And I'm going to take this video down afterwards and go back and move things over like 2 seconds, because for one of the edits that I did, it came out. I that's probably the mistake I made. But it's not supposed to be, I'm not supposed to be cutting the conversation off of my commentary the way that you hear it, but you can still hear it and garner it. But as you can, the question was very important, because it's really boiling down to the fact that these finance companies are nothing more than indirect lenders to us. And when you're dealing with an indirect situation, the substance of the transaction is that you are always assuming the responsibility for another party, which puts you in position due to the substance of the transaction, not the contract that you file. The IRS goes by the substance of it, because the substance really determines tax purposes, federal tax purposes. So when I broke it down to her, what happened, I mean, she could easily say, nah, that's not what happened. We gave you the loan. But her answer, like I said from the beginning, all this right here is claims that's going on paperwork. So her response is kind of indicative as to how credit acceptance will respond on paper. If the IRS orders them to respond to this.
Years of a decade plus dealing with all types of agencies, and you were able to get the Internal Revenue Service to admit to your position, then these transactions, these conversations may go a little different, because she knows she's not dealing with a regular consumer at this point. She knows she's dealing with someone who understands it on their level, which allows them to be honest and have the conversation with me. Now, whether she answers the question yes or no doesn't even matter, because she is protected by the contract in her mind. But if she answers this question and confirms my position, then this is more evidence, and it's evidence to everybody that's listening, that Thomas Legacy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to ask the right questions, and anything that he submits documents on anybody's behalf or his own, there can never be a true rebuttal or a true denial of the claims presented, because these questions are asked pursuant to the filings I'm going to file with the IRS. So when they confirm your position, that means your position is valid when you present them to the IRS.
in my contract. So you all just kind of mainly were just the middleman to broker the deal instead of really being a lender in the traditional sense, like credit acceptors went into their own back pocket and put up the money. You kind of more brokered the transaction with your credit facilities and financing capabilities and resources. Is that more of an accurate statement? That is the $64,000 question. That is the $64,000 question. Whatever answer she gives next had major implications when I filed hold your horses now. When I filed this, when I filed this, and what's attached to this is this, because this by itself means nothing. It's a 1099 form. I ain't gonna put what I wrote on there. It's a 1099 form. This means nothing by itself. I know a lot of people think that all you can do is file a 1099 on 1099online.com, wait for it to get accepted, and then you sitting around waiting for a magical check. Because I've seen plenty of people in comments saying, hey, I filed the 1099, it's accepted, but still no money, nothing has happened next. What's the next step? That if you have to ask that question, you should have never filed the 1099 in the first place. So this 1099, which is this case right here, the conversation I'm having, which is relates to, is the last thing I filed. This is the substance of the transaction. Notice of fiduciary relationship statement for 1099. Internal Revenue Service, Texas. This one page is what the IRS is going to go by. You see that? 2 pages. Hold on. All typed by hand, no template. See that? That's page 3. See all the information? See all the authorities cited? See that? That's page 4. You see that? Page 5. You see that? Page 6. You see that? Page 7. You see that? Page 8. You see that? Page 9. You see how this is more important than this. So when people complain about the services, the price, I said, go do it by yourself. Because you need to have this evidence of their correspondence attached to it. Oh, in here, more importantly, in here is the actual accounting. This section says 1099 adjustment of account. This has the actual adjustment. This has the actual accounting. Bam. All this is talking about their due, and right here, 1040 refund. It breaks it all down. What we paid to them, what we were supposed to get. Amount of income constructively received by the taxpayer. Bam. Federal rate of taxes computed from the income, approximately. Bam. The amount of taxes deemed to be paid that are in possession of blank funding LLC, blank automobiles receivables trust. The amount of blank. This amount is a property amount. There may be additional taxes or adjustment to the amounts we reported as income taxes deemed paid. However, any unrecovered taxes or amounts reported as being deemed as income taxes paid are in possession of them. Blank has been in constructive possession of the taxpayer proceeds as of blank, including any credit enhancements taken out on behalf of the taxpayer. Any taxes due on this income has already been paid to them. So they are responsible for the taxes in the appropriate amount of blank. We have reviewed all the information and swear under the penalty of perjury that all the information is true, correct, and complete to the best of our knowledge under the penalty of perjury. This allows the secretary to take this statement as true if done under the penalty of perjury. Any rebuttals of blank to the facts and circumstances regarding this transaction must be a sworn statement, or that statement may not be used to make a determination per the Internal Revenue Code. This is why they need you to file your 1040 under the penalty of perjury. Whoever files their taxes under penalty, their statement, sworn statement under the penalty of perjury, that's more likely who the IRS is going to side with because they have something to lose. This is why sworn statements are very important to the Internal Revenue Service. So once you have all that, got the agreement, I got the DMV law enforcement investigation request, filing fraudulent liens on titles when they're not the legal title holder, and then I attach the evidence. And then I have to the State Corporation Commission Bureau of Financial Institutions that they are engaging in auto finance consumer lending without being licensed. They don't have a license. That too went to the State Corporation Commission and the Bureau of Financial Protection, Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, protection, and the 3949 for abusive tax schemes. I'm blowing the whistle on it for abusive tax schemes and lack of and the non-payment of capital gains tax. And then attached to the 3949 is everything that would substantiate this, and then attached to that is the 211 for my reward for the taxes recovered by them for blowing the whistle on them. So if you want to follow these TikTok teachers, all they're going to do is, I'm going to get your birth certificate and social security account and HJR 192, and I'm going to send this promissory note in for you, and they got to accept it, and we're going to file all these fake frivolous documents, frivolous filings to get your house back. You want to go do that? Because that's the quick, easy way. Hey, all you got to do is file a 1099. Yep, 1099A, and send a copy to them and tell them it's going to come out of trust account and wait for the check to come. Or you want to put once somebody that's going to put the leg work in, then make sure you got this straight. Then you got the DMV on notice in your state. Then you got the other Consumer Financial Protection Bureau on notice in your state. Then you got a copy going to the SEC and the Federal Trade Commission, and a copy that's going to your state Bureau of Financial Institution, along with a copy of the contract. This sums up a proper legal 1099 filing. And I'm even more confident because my accountant gave me this is something she would have filed. And then she asked me a question. So she said, so you telling me that this applies to everyone's mortgage and auto? I said, ma'am, yeah. She said, wow. Because I have a mortgage. You do you? And I know you got the money to pay. $20,000 for you. Yep. 456, because I'm acting as my company, Accrual County Collection Agency, is acting as the fiduciary of the taxpayer, which is my all caps. See, here's the difference. See, a lot of things that people don't understand because people just don't read. They don't read the Internal Revenue Codes. They don't read the statutes that's been out there for damn near 100 years. They don't read. These statutes date back to 1862. They don't read. This is why they don't get results, because they don't read. The IRS tells you how to file these forms correctly. All I did was just file them directly how the IRS said. He said, wait. Where's the certificate showing proof of you being a Moor? You know, that's what's needed now. Oh, yeah, where's the Moor? Where's the Moor certificate at, right? Where's the certificate be showing me being a Moor, right? Right. Where's that at? And then I got that for another vehicle for one of my clients. And then I got the mortgage done for my mortgage clients. Number one of my clients got a copy of the auto loan contract, which evidences the cash receipt. Oh, yeah. This evidences the cash receipt. And then I got a copy of the bill of sale. And bill of sale. And payments already made on the account. Look at that list. See that? Evidencing you overpaid. You see that? All this right here is proper legal 1099 filings. All this is legit. This is legit. But you want to go that HJR 192 the more way and everybody doing on TikTok? Be my guest. Be my guest. Because I do things the right way. The CID already stamped. I do it. I can't speak for nobody else. I do it the right way. And no, you cannot purchase a home without you having issued an application, the application been approved, and there's some type of deed of trust, mortgage agreement, and a promissory note signed. If you think you can file a 1090, go pick a house out the tree, and then file a 1099 on it, and wait for a check, then pay them off, you are hopelessly misled. The CID already told me it never happened, and people still send in documents like that. Like, where's the church you're going to get this money from? That's what he told me. Like, where's the church you're going to get this money from? And then he said, if that was the case, there would be no need for mortgages. The banks would never make money. These investment companies would never make money. Wall Street was shut down. There's no mortgage income. There's no collateralized debt obligations. There's no hedge funds to invest. That will collapse the system. You can't just go buying houses with a 1099. The system won't allow it. But people get mad at me because people are looking at it from his position of desperation, hope, and dreams and wishes instead of reality of the economics of this transaction, of our remedy. You got to look at the economics. You got to look at the system in its entirety, not from the lens that you want to see it from, which is HJR 192 in March 9, 1933. That's as far as people's understanding go. And that some birth certificate is not them. It's the corporate entity. It's the... And people are still making these same arguments after 30 years of people trying to do that and it never worked. In 2024, going into 2025, people are still making the same arguments. And I don't give a damn how many TikTok videos that you show of you reading the UCC connection. I don't give a shit. That book was put out by a white supremacist. And you got a whole bunch of black people on there. UCC connection, UCC connection, UCC connection. I don't care how many more say that I'm wrong. All these people that supposedly that was born from in Morocco are the native of Morocco and never been over there. None of these people that are claiming that they're from the Moroccan and then the Treaty of Peace and friendship and all that shit that they try to apply to that. We got our own government. Why are these people still? If you check the Department of Transportation database, if you check the United States Treasury database, if you neck hurt. Oof. I need my wife to come and give me a neck massage. Oof. If you check Social Security database, I guarantee you that 99.9999% of these Moroccan nationals, indigenous people of the land, I guarantee you they have on file a Social Security number in the United States of America birth certificate. I guarantee you. The same people who claim to be from Morocco or national or whatever from there, they all got documentations to evidence that they are born in the United States of America. In the United States, being a corporation under 28 USC section 3002, it only applies in the context of federal debt collection. Meaning, when the United States is trying to collect the debt from you, they have to follow the same debt collection practice and procedure. Them being a corporation under that section, notice how it's in that section. So they got to sue you to take you to court. Notice how the federal government, the United States, is a corporation for the purpose of federal debt collection practices, not their federal corporation from the inception. This is the problem with them. They don't know how, they don't understand the term context. Just like the right to travel case, that same case that y'all quote, that right to travel case centered on, there was a lady, this is like 1969, it was a long time ago, that she had benefits in the state where she currently resided. She moved to another state, but they tried to say she couldn't get the benefits because she didn't reside in the state where the benefits were initially issued. The problem with that is she has a right to move freely throughout the United States. So by saying that she had to be in this state in order to get the benefits, the welfare benefits, right? That will be restricting her right to travel, because the context of the case was they were restricting her right to, or punishing her for exercising her constitutional right to travel, because they're saying she's in a new location. She can't get the benefits. She has to be there. So that's why they ruled on the merits of that context. Nowhere in that case did they mention, the Supreme Court mentioned anything about a vehicle, license, and registration, because you do have the right to travel. And if you don't want to register your vehicle or get insurance on it, do all the proper steps with the DMV, or take the proper steps to not have to go through that or get pulled over for those stupid, ridiculous tags, then in order to do that, you have to follow, there's still procedures you have to follow. So if you don't want to do that because you feel like you don't have to, but feel like you're not under the Constitution and then have no jurisdiction over you, and if you know that driving a vehicle is going to cause you problems, you do have the right to travel. You could take a bus, you could take Uber, you could walk, you could take a boat, you could take a plane, you could drive a motorcycle. Well, that needs to, yeah, you could take a train. You don't have to get in a vehicle to drive. See, they want to cherry pick and hand pick certain elements of the statute that it applies to them, and then throw away and throw up the Treaty of International Peace, or the Moroccan Treaty, when statutes that they don't want to follow. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I just broke it down because I understand context. I understand I may be reading something and it may jump out against me, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I understand that there's always context with this. Just like Title 18 USC Section 8, when everybody, the definition of obligations or other security of the United States. Yes, although that is a good definition, but you got to understand the context. That is Title 18. That is criminal statute. See what I'm saying? That's criminal statute. Just like UCC 1-308, when you're in a criminal proceeding, the UCC does not apply because you're in a criminal proceeding. When you're in a criminal proceeding, they have what we call the rules of criminal procedure. And a lot of these Moors that they call themselves, the Moroccans, they don't understand litigation and criminal and civil procedure. Only thing they want to keep doing is going to ancient Supreme Court cases and talk about constitutional rights. But every court has, just like the feds, federal court rules, federal rules of criminal procedure, federal rules of civil procedure. You have to know procedure. You can't challenge jurisdiction just by filing an affidavit. That's not part of the court procedures. If you want to challenge jurisdiction, you have to make it on the proper motion to the court so they can sit. And guess what? Not only that, the prosecution has to get a copy of that motion, and then they set aside a time and date where you argue your motion. You're going to bring up your case, your facts, the prosecutors will bring their, and the judge is going to rule. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of people are going to lose on that jurisdiction claim for the simple fact that if they didn't have jurisdiction, they wouldn't even send you a summons for court. If they really had no jurisdiction, that's just like the country of Laos sending me an order to go appear in court over there in Laos. Do you think I'm even going to waste my time going? Or Russia? Russia wants me. Do you actually think I'm going to go to Russia? Especially there's no extradition treaty with the United States and Russia. Do you actually think I'm going to even show up? This is why those who do it correctly, they have the proper paperwork in place so they don't have to go to court. Well, I be damned. I be rebuttal or a true denial of the claims presented, because these questions are asked pursuant, doesn't even matter the consumer. Credit acceptance really just acted as a educate her, but it was just all right. So this is the question that's coming up, and the answer that she gives, oh my gosh, it's more than just to let her know that, okay, this is how I see it. In which where I will be making my monthly payments. Cool. No issue with that. The thing is, and your legal department admitted that credit acceptance never gave me any type of funding in order to even support a contract. Yeah, the lawyer. I talked to the lawyer on the phone about a month and some change ago. She said, yeah, you are right. We're not really a lender in the traditional sense. We are indirect lender. Like yeah, you're right. We're not really the lender. You see, and this is not just one time for me. I'm not boasting and bragging. Check my calls with Navy Federal. I get the same results over the phone. I leave there with more confirmation before coming in. And this is for people who are just getting to these spaces and switching over to doing things right. So it's good to hear the other side confirming the same stuff that I teach. It's good for y'all. I didn't need her to admit to anything. I already knew it. But this is good for everyone else. Contract, which is not a big deal. Rather, they got my promise. And every time I'm saying it's not a big deal, which is fine, that's so I won't be coming off like trying to accuse them of fraud and stuff. You see what I'm saying? I always do that, because once you start talking fraud, they're immediately going to think, oh, this is a legal issue. Let me shut down. I don't come in there talking fraud. I never use the word fraud with them. I don't ever do it. Even though that may be the case, I don't ever go down that path. Because when you go down that path of fraud and they service millions of loans, now you're talking about cutting their legs from above them and collapsing the system. You know what I'm saying? So I stay away from fraud. And you got too many Moors, sovereign citizens, patriots that always want to add fraud to their motions and dispositions and their briefs. Fraud, 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 fraud. You just shut yourself out of remedy by saying that. Promised to pay the security, and they was able to raise the funds for the purchase. So is it that credit, and this is their own words, I'm reading from the and it's filed with the SEC. So is it more that credit acceptance really just acted as a broker between me, the one that needed financing, and the ones who's willing to invest? But if you've had the experiences in the years. So the question was, see how I keep cutting myself like 2 seconds early. I got to go back and readjust it. So the question was, is it really that credit acceptance just acted as the broker between the financer, the one need financing, and the ones who willing to invest? Well, y'all just the ones that just handled it and not really a lender, because millions of people really thinking the bank who they pay or whoever got their finances is the lender, like they really put up the money. So this is a very good question. Were you really the lender, or you just the broker, the in-between between the one that needs to borrow and the one that wants to invest? That is major, because then that's implications on their balance sheet. Now that confirms why they're not listed as the lender to us on their balance sheet. So this is all information needed that the IRS needs to be aware of when you file your 1099s. Is of a
decade plus dealing with all types of agencies, and you were able to get the Internal Revenue Service to admit to your position, then these these conversations may go a little different, because she knows she's not dealing with a regular consumer at this point. She knows she's dealing with someone who understands it on their level, which allows them to be honest and have the conversation with me. Now, whether she answers the question yes or no doesn't even matter, because she is protected by the contract in her mind. But if she answers this question and confirms my position, then this is more evidence, and it's evidence to everybody that's listening, that Thomas Legacy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to ask the right questions, and anything that he submits documents on anybody's behalf or his own, there can never be a true rebuttal or a true denial of the claims presented, because these questions are asked pursuant to the filings I'm going to file with the IRS. So when they confirm your position, that means your position is valid when you present them to the IRS.
In my contract. So you all just kind of mainly were just the middleman to broker the deal, instead of really being a lender in the traditional sense, like credit acceptors went into their own back pocket and put up the money. You kind of more brokered the transaction with your credit facilities and financing capabilities and resources. Is that more of an accurate statement?
Well, I'll be damned.
The thing had me cut off, but listen to her answer.
Well, I'll be damned.
Resource. Is that more of an accurate statement?
Well,
I heard her answer was yes. That was her answer. Her answer was, but I said more of an accurate statement. She said yes. Financing capabilities and resources. Is that more of an accurate statement?
Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. That is a direct admission, because she knows that I understand the internal accounting, the internal securitization. These are classes that these SEC instructors charge 15 to 20 grand for a 4-week course, just for you to know the same thing that I know. And my 7 Series securities broker friend, he went to his instructor who deals with CDOs and mortgage-backed securities, and he confirmed that I am absolutely correct and that we are absolutely entitled to the proceeds of all the money made on the back end. She admitted it. Now, most people, when I see them calling on TikTok, then you take my money, deposit to an account, went to the Federal Reserve, they don't understand the true nature of this. This is where the frustration lies. And this is why Thomas Legacy is so important to these spaces.
Okay. So no issues there. No issues there. Love my truck. Have no issues. There's no issues there. So how would I go about the down payment? Because if it's part of the loan, the down payment really should have went to the investors who actually purchased, put up the money for my contract. Was the down payment more like just other types of fees and processing fees and, other type of things that needed to be in order for the transaction to close, rather than it just being the down payment on the vehicle as represented? So part 1 of my OID webinar series, I actually broke down exactly how they get to the finance charge and the interest on top of the finance charge, which a percent of that interest is calculated in your monthly interest portion of your principal principal interest payments, and then I multiply that by the life of the loan, and then I times that by divided that by how many payments, and it all equal back up to the finance charge. I literally live on camera broke down the annual percentage rating versus the finance charge divided by the number of payments. So I even break down how much of your monthly payments for that contract is being towards the interest part. Literally broke it down. It's in the webinar, which is available for purchase, by the way.
No, the down payment is just that. It's just the down payment that you're putting on the vehicle.
Okay. Is this down payment recoverable for the simple fact that whether or not I gave the down payment, I don't think that would have had any bearings on credit acceptance accepting the contract? Because now here's the thing right here. Everybody pay attention here. Because most people go into these transactions and they will tell you, you need to put this down payment down in order for them to close the deal, in order for the bank to accept it. Remember, they always say the bank wants it. Listen up. Bearings on credit acceptance accepting the contract, because it didn't go to them anyway. They really didn't have a financial economic interest in the down payment. The value of this conversation, and you can't even put it to words, because this question and this dialogue summarizes millions and millions of dollars in down payments, to which whether you make it or not has no bearing on if the finance company is going to accept the contract. That is major. That's major. And these are the services I offer. Services that affect people's daily financial lives, because that down payment can be a couple months payment right there. This is why Thomas Legacy is so valuable. Like, as long as you got the promise to pay, your monthly payments, everything's secured, you check the credit, you check the income. Isn't that pretty much wasn't a big deal for credit acceptance? Or would have been the money that if I didn't pay, would credit acceptance have to pay the dealership that amount? So it's kind of like, we're going to move this off and just as far as the purchase price of the vehicle, instead of us coming out of our own pocket to do it.
No, we actually have nothing to do with the down
Once
payment.
again, this is major. She just admitted that these dealerships situated across America. I'm going to remove this video after this and go back at it, because it's all 2 seconds off. It's 2 seconds off. Whatever I did, I must have did something where everything is just, I need to move everything 2 seconds to the right. Everything is 2 seconds off. It shouldn't be interjecting right there. They have nothing. I mean, these finance companies. And that's what she said. She has nothing to do with the down payment. As far as the purchase price of the vehicle, instead of us coming out of our own pocket to do it.
No, we actually have nothing to do with the down payment.
Once again, you see what I'm saying? When I'm saying once again, she's still talking. So she said, no, we absolutely have nothing to do with the down payment. Remember, it's always presented that the bank wants the down payment, or the finance company wants the down payment in order to close the deal. This is them. We have nothing to do with the down payment. This is major. She just admitted that these dealerships situated across America, they have nothing. I mean, these finance companies have nothing to do with the down payment. Wow.
The down payment is strictly negotiated between the customer and the dealership. Now, the dealership may recommend a certain amount to put down in order to help you get financing. All right, but this is the only roadblock that I see with that is, and I have the recording of it. I can send it to y'all in an MP3 format, that the dealership stated that you all required it in order for the transaction to be complete. But you're telling me that y'all really didn't have nothing to do with it. So that's the only reason why I did it, on the premise that
If I don't do this, credit acceptance may say, you know what? Nah, we're not going to do it. But comes to find out, credit acceptance never had it really didn't. They didn't have nothing to do with it from the beginning. So, you see where I'm going? Where this may raise a issue of the representations of the true nature of the down payment.
Yes, I definitely understand. Yeah. So again, we have nothing to do with the down payment.
Perfect. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to go back and take this video down and move everything so because I'm interjecting too much where I'm not. She's supposed to. Not supposed to. So just so everybody can see, and this is all this what you're saying right there. This is already typed up. It's already because I know the IRS, because I don't give a damn what we think is money. I know the IRS looks at this as money, as income. I know the IRS looks at this as income. I know the IRS looks at this as income. I know they do. And once I realized that this is money, this is evidence of cash payment in a cash receipt for the accounting purposes, auto contract installments is no different than money. Auto contract installments are no different than money. It's spent the same way, which allows you to buy goods and services in America. That's why I like having them. That's why I like having them. Yeah. About to get another one. I don't mind having these debt instruments. These are debt instruments. I don't mind having them. Got the bill of sale, about to have them. The next vehicle I get is the G-Wagon. That's the next one I'm about to get. I got to go. I'm going to the dealership next week. That's where I'm going. Pick out which one. They say the best one. They got the 2024 one, but they said it'll be better for me to get the 2021 one. There's no materially difference from the 2021 to 2024. The 2021 got 7,500 miles on it. I don't know. I'll try. I might just get the 2024. But I'm definitely leasing it. Wow, because in 2 years I can get in just upgrade. Leasing is way better than a long-term finance. I'd rather lease for 2 years. Interest payments are going to be higher, but I know that's money. I get that back at the end of the year. See, I don't mind paying my bills. Like, let's say a mortgage, auto. I don't mind paying that shit on time every month because I know I got a cash receipt. That's the receipt. I send it to the cashier, aka the IRS. Like, look, I made payments. Look, taxes derived from this. They paid taxes, but they didn't pay taxes out their own pocket. They paid taxes from me. So that's taxes I paid. So I was already supposed to get this. This is income to me, but the fair market value is supposed to be here. They only gave me here, and I already paid taxes through them. So here, I need the fair market value back, plus what I already overpaid in taxes. Come on, man. That's how the system operates. Because we need to provide them the credit so they can operate, so they can still continue to provide goods and services for everyone else. That's how the game works, y'all. Pay your bills on time, recoup at the end of the year. The problem is the spaces, it's too many people in these spaces with the wrong mindset. They're trying to do this so they don't have to pay a bill while still enjoy the benefits of uses of the products and services and property. But they don't want to pay for it. See, this is where the problem comes in at. Because this is not what the process is about. trying to get out of paying your bills. This is to recoup the difference from what you already paid, the fair market value of the instrument you issued versus what they gave you, plus what you already paid on it. If you ain't never make no payment on this mortgage account, you can't get, like, how can you get out? What are you getting out of it? Like, where's the money's not coming out of a sophisticated by trust? And I'm gonna show you a court case next time we go live by the government indicting a person, the IRS indicted a person for making a fake bill of exchange, a fraudulent bill of exchange, in hopes to purchasing a home. So they sent the bill of exchange, the private contract in to the IRS with a 1040, 1040V, 1099 OID, thinking that the money's going to come out of a trust fund so he can buy the home. The IRS turned around and indicted him for it. The same process everybody's still out here trying to do on TikTok. But when I say that, people get mad at me like I'm killing people's dreams. There's no dreams associated with this, y'all. This is cold-blooded reality. So for those who's watching, thinking one day you're going to get a house that you didn't have to work for, you're misled. And don't center your retirement plan around this if you really don't know what's going on. Because the days, the months, weeks, years going to go by, and you're still going to be stuck in the mindset that it's going to happen one day. Meantime, life is passing you by. You notice how these morgues never really have jobs? You notice that? Like they never really contribute to society. These patrons, they never really contribute to society.
Yes, I definitely understand.
And so, you see where I'm going? Where this may raise a issue of the representations of the true nature of the down payment.
Yes, I definitely understand. Yeah. So again, we have nothing to do with the down payment.
Perfect.
That's negotiated strictly between the customer and the dealership.
Perfect. No issues there. No issues there. So,
perfect. As I said, perfect. All that is another check mark. Check there. All right, cool. Admitted that the dealership, the down payment is not part of y'all. Okay, there. Admitted that you're not really a lender in traditional sense. You're more just a broker between me and the investor. So you really don't have no economic interest, which triggers the capital gains tax. And you're really not the lien holder and everything. Thank you. What's up, Dawoop? Got an update for you too, dog. We got your we got your doc. We got your documents. Got about a few pages to add to it, but we should be ready. We should be ready to submit very soon. Very soon. So yeah, she admitted everything that she admitted was what I already knew, which is part of my argument. It's part of my position with the IRS. So that's how it goes.
Are you familiar with Credit Acceptance Funding, LLC, and Credit Acceptance Auto Loan Receivable
For my
Trust?
members that's listening and everyone else, can you see how I'm directing this conversation? I'm always in control. I'm always leading the conversation where I want it to go. I don't let them, I set the groundwork, I set the framework so we go down this road and then ask questions to let them give me the answer that I need or confirm. And this is why I asked, are you familiar with the securitization? Pretty much what I'm asking her, because there's no need for me to go down that road if she's unfamiliar. It's a pointless conversation. So I can't start asking her questions about the AK 10K filings if she doesn't even know what it is. But if she doesn't know what it is, then I will instruct her to go and read it when she's off so she can familiarize herself. Because most people want to call and start talking about things that the person answering the phone has no idea. And they get frustrated when that person is standing on their position because that's what they've been trained to do. These are why I got called a whole bunch of frustrated people who get no results.
Okay.
probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. When you get off work, research credit acceptance, AK 10K filings. I believe you will be informed. But I have one more thing. AK 10K filings. One more thing before I go, and this probably is out of your realm because I don't think you know what? I'm going to bypass it because I know this is not saying you don't understand, but I just know this is something that this is dealing with taxes and the IRS and the county, and I know that's a total conversation.
And for those of you who know me, you know exactly where I was going. You know where I was going next. I was going to the debt instrument, that finance charge. You know I was going there next. That was
facts. You know I was on my way there. I was on my way there.
So, yep, that was the soften up for the overhand right. But since she wasn't familiar with the AK-10K, and I know she wouldn't be familiar with that, I decided not to go.
All right. I was on my way there. I was on my way there. I was on my way there.
Go down that road because it would have been pointless.
I was on my way there. Other cases to which paragraph 1 and 2 of this section applies or to which section 1224 applies. The issue price of a debt instrument which is issued for property shall be the stated redemption price at maturity. The stated redemption price at maturity on an auto contract is the total of payments, the amount you will have paid after you made all payments as scheduled. Well, that amount right there was supposed to be the original amount you received when you issued it. Read this from the middle. All you gotta do is read. That's all you gotta do.
And I don't have time to keep educating everyone who I talk to. So
I just want to thank you for your patience in answering the questions and just giving me more clarity. So I thank you for clearing it up.
Oh, it wasn't for clarity. It was for the new torch I'm gonna light under their ass. That's what that was for. That was all just to check everything off my list before I filed the tax forms this November. That's all that was, a checklist. As you can see, this is just another example and evidence on the value of Thomas Legacy Equitable Solutions, where we go over the actual facts, the circumstances, the law, congressional authority, the X's and O's, accounting aspect, the trust aspect, the tax aspect. And then we transpose that in real life conversations with these people, because when you can communicate it in person over the phone as well as through documents and still achieve the same results, that is a beautiful thing. And if you notice, there is no mention of a birth certificate. There is no mention of obligations of the United States. There is no mention of HJR 192. There is no mention that I'm the native, indigenous, aboriginal person. I'm a Moor. There was no mention on the Sesticade by trust. There was no mention of a social security account number. There was no mention of all these old sovereign citizen, Moorish American patriot groups who thinks that your birth certificate, your social security, and this secret trust fund account held at the Treasury is going to be the answer to all of our financial problems. As you can see, I kept it strictly on their terms, their system, their accounting, and how they do it in the public. And that's the problem. A lot of people try to add private arguments and make them apply to public situations. The reason why people don't get results in the public because they do not know how to operate in the public while maintaining their private rights. This is why my channel is so different from everyone else. This is why I look at people who complain about the rates, always want something for free, always want a discount, then get mad when they don't get it. This is why I look at them with no sympathy, because it's easy. The results, for a reason, the results are where they are for a reason, because we actually take our time and not study the private rights of our own, but we study the public system, economics, this commercial system, and we get an understanding on how they operate. It's no use of trying to bring in your rights, your private rights, your remedies if you have no understanding on how they operate. You can never defeat your opponent if you don't know your opponent's tendencies. Now, the answers I was able to get out of this agent today, which she was so nice. Shout out to that agent. She was so nice. The answers I was able to get, when most people call places like this, it always ends up in some type of argument, some type of back and forth, some type of frustration, and then the conversation leads to nowhere. So if you like what you hear, please do not hesitate to reach out for services, join the Telegram group, be a member, and get things done the right way. Put your pride and ego to the side. Whether you like me or not, that has nothing or should have no bearing on your decision. We're here for results. Thank you for listening today, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are over 800 subs. Let's get to 1,000. Let's go.
Well, what's up, Dabu? What else you want me to say? Here we go. Continue to study, research, and show thyself approved. Then people are not going to respect your documents if you're coming in there with some type of birth certificate, all caps, a whole bunch of statues that most people who quote them don't even understand their context. Keep talking about the government is responsible for this debt or any other thing that people will do to try to get themselves out of the debts they contracted for. And it's nothing wrong with exercising your rights. If you don't really feel like you owe it or have a legal right to the obligation, that should be known at the beginning. Don't wait till foreclosure's about to happen. Don't wait till repossession's about to happen. Don't wait till you're all the way behind on your bills to try to assert that right, because they're going to see through it. And most of the people in the Moors, American, Aboriginal, indigenous to the land from Morocco, but got a United States birth certificate and social security number. These people tend to want to exert their rights when they're in trouble. I'm not late. I've never been late on the payment. I never will be late. I could pay it off now if I wanted to. But I'm going through this process with me in real life with you. So you can see in real life that I'm not just telling you what to do. The stuff teaching and explaining, I'm doing it myself. I'm not teaching you this, but I'm going behind the door and doing this. Everything that I teach, everything that I bring to light, everything that I talk about, I use it myself. Every time I send a document off on someone, I'm doing it as I'm doing it for myself or my mom. So the rates are there. They're there for a reason. But this weekend only. This weekend only. This weekend only. join my Telegram group because it is the best thing to do if you are just starting out and want the proper foundation, or if you've been at this for a long time and realize you never had the proper foundation. Okay, and this is a lifetime fee for this weekend only. From now to Monday morning, this is the fee. Everyone. For any other times, it's $500 lifetime, which that may go up in the future because I'm starting to get more and more people joining. It's one of the hottest things around. Everything that you need for your remedy and results are in that group. Everything that you need. Everything that you need. Everything that you need. You get access to thousands of documents, access to thousands of regulation, codes, statutes, straight from the IRS's mouth, straight from the Treasury's mouth, the accounting, so you can understand the accounting of it, the trust, so you can understand the trust aspects of it, the tax, so regulation, so you can understand the tax aspect of it, and then results. You see results from me, results from others, and access to over 300 videos. I think it's more than that. And documentaries and economics, and especially about the mortgage crisis of 2008, when the professionals are mirroring the same thing I've been saying. So that group is a very valuable group. To be in that group for this weekend only, get everybody $200 discount from now to Monday, and it's lifetime. You don't have to pay any more fees to be in that group. Once you're in there, you're in there. Once you pay the admission fee, you are in there. You don't have to keep paying to remain a member of it. You pay one time, and that's it. And it comes with the best deals, perks. We go live several times a week. Get access to all the exclusive information. Get access to stuff that's not on YouTube. It's very helpful and educational if you want to further your studies, because this is a long haul game. This is for the long haul. If you're in here, if you're in these spaces thinking that all you need is just a proper document, the proper form, and all your financial woes are going to disappear, you're going to get everything back in one shot, you're in these spaces for the wrong reason. This is a long game. How long it is depends on you. But I guarantee you, a lot of information that's in that group, 90% of the people that joined the group never knew it existed before they got in the group. And these are pieces of the puzzle that you actually need for your remedy or your recoupment or whatever you want to call it. So all the stuff that you didn't know you need are in that group. All the stuff that you didn't even know exists, like the dealer reserve income that I went over the day before yesterday. We talked about that in the Telegram group before I brought it to YouTube. So y'all get the fast track on all the new stuff, everything. And then we get ultimate value in that group. And you'll know by my senior members that's in that group. I got people that work in high places at the bank in that group. I got millionaires in that group. I got people that own their own motorcycle dealership in that group. My 7 Series securities broker friend I talk about, that person's in that group. It's a lot of people that's in that group that's connected to the other side. So it's very beneficial to being in that group, because not only do you get valuable information from this side, you get it from the other side. Just like my 7 Series securities broker laid out a whole class. He taught a class about consumer report, getting negative remarks moved off the group, all that. He held it right in that class for the members. And that video is still in there for the members. He went over the documents. He went over, put a little a template up of all your rights and claims and everything that you need, everything that you can do to get your credit score back up. That's in this group. And he works on the other side, so he knows. And that came part of being in the group. Most people on here, TikTok and social media, they'd charge you an arm and leg for that class because he is a professional. He deals with auto contracts all the time. This person can pull the numbers on the back end for all of our debt instruments to see its true value. Got people that work in higher places at the banks in that group. And they're educating themselves, you know, to be familiar just in case one of us presents an application to them. How to transpose the information on what would be needed on our end so we can pass through on their end. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff we doing over there to give us the insight. I know people that's family members worked for the IRS, have a member that used to work for the IRS in that group. So it's all different types of nuances and mechanisms and key pieces that paints a bigger picture. A lot of intangibles in that group. So with that being said, you can reach me at Thomas Legacy 703. Gmail.com. That's a fact. Got to be at the start. So any upcoming auto deal claims should be made that same day, and obviously continue to make payments and on time until further notice. That's a fact. That's a fact. Absolute fact. I tell everybody, just because you got still making payments on time, the minute you stop making your payments, you're making my work harder. Because they will accelerate it, especially if you stop making payments and now you're making claims like this, or they're going to accelerate it. And inflation, I'm glad didn't know anything about economics before joining the group. I'm glad that I'm glad that at least you found out. You know what I'm saying? Because learning the economics of this system, it applies to your remedy. Your remedy is just not birth certificate, government know this, 1933, that applies to every single situation. I can always just use that to get results or just file a 1099-A. No. I teach you how to properly file and structure your documents so your 1099, whether it's A, B, C, D, whatever it is, that's applicable to consumer transactions so you can actually get the proper response instead of a frivolous filing notice, which a lot of people get. Told you, been live all this time. I told you it's the shadow campaign. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why it's like this. Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. It's the shadow campaign. Look, I'm on my screen now. It don't even say I'm live. Look, they don't even got the notification up for me. Look, it don't even say I'm live. Look. See the shadow campaign? This is what I got to do to know that I'm live. Now I click on it. You see? You see what they're doing? They got to. So if you just look at my channel, you're not going to know I'm live. They make it so you got to click on me to know I'm live. You see what I'm saying? You see how they do? See how they do me? Look, you can just groove through my channel all you want. Don't even know I'm live. The only way you're going to know I'm live is you got to click. And now it says I'm live. See what I'm saying? That's a shadow campaign. That's a shadow campaign. I don't know why they got shadow. I'm the one that helping them. Spreading the information. Yeah, that's a shadow ban. They can't ban you, but the stuff that I'm talking about, YouTube know is legit. But they'll make sure when I talk about the sovereign citizens, the title of the video, they make sure that's at the top of the list. They let everybody know when I'm talking about them. Oh, yeah, numbers be crazy. Numbers be like, what the fuck? 200-some people joined my live at one time last weekend. When I'm talking about the sovereigns or the Moors, they make sure everybody know. Right, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. All right, y'all. So y'all get it. Send me email. This is a very good Oh, it should be easy to be about $5 to $7 grand to join that group. Easy, because everything you need for your remedy results is in that group. Everything you need. Yo, it's thousands of research documents, court cases, rulings, private documents from the Internal Revenue Service, their own admissions, court cases, regulations, codes. You think you know, got enough information now to get your results. Wait till you, if you join that group, wait till you see all this shit that you didn't even know was here. Like, damn, this shit do take time. I didn't even know this. But everybody thinks they know it all. And I don't claim to know it all. But I know these people who always want a fast track remedy, microwave remedy. They always want to go what's fast, what's quick, what takes less time to study and understand. Because for some reason, everybody thinks this is a 30-day process. To effectively see it all the way through, depending on the complexities of your situation, this may be anywhere from a 90-day to a 5-year thing. Now, of course, 5 years is just the most extreme, but y'all know that this stuff takes time. You could be in lit going back and forth with these people for a year like that. Now, what are the people who are in these spaces who don't have a year? They need something now. You see, so they're going to be spending money, trying this person, spending money, trying this person, spending money, trying this person. And it's just wasting money for me. But it is a learning lesson. And when you spend money with the wrong people, it's a learning lesson. That's why the other teachers on here, they don't, on social media, they don't really fuck with me. They don't like me because they know that a lot of what I'm teaching goes, I'm really speaking about them. We're not really mentioning them because they're teaching the opposite. But the problem they have with me is I can back up everything I say with black and white. If I say this is fraudulent, I got black and white documents to say it. It's not my belief system. And this is why a lot of them get mad at me because they don't have nothing to go by that can discredit me. They have nothing. They have nothing to go by that can discredit me. They have nothing that they can point to that can discredit everything I'm saying. Yeah, he said, I just checked to see. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, y'all, but sometimes you just got to check and see if I'm live. I don't know what to do. I try to get this issue resolved. I just don't know. So we gonna have to roll with the punches. But there's never been anyone to come up here and say, or any other channel or anything to ever come up here and say, the information citing Portillo versus Commissioner 1991. Also see Portillo versus Commissioner 1993. A Form 1099 is insufficient to form a rational foundation for the tax assessment against the taxpayer in this case. Thus, while a Form 1099 can serve as the basis for the inception of an IRS investigation, it does not on its own create or establish how much income the taxpayer actually received.
There it is, in black and white.
Black and white.
There it is. See, I ain't gonna lie. That's why reading is fundamental. I'm glad you
put citing. This is basically the IRS saying these are tax court cases. That's saying just because you file a 1099 means nothing. It has no bearing on whether income was received or taxes were paid or deemed to be paid. This is why people who filed 1099s expected a miracle check. This is why it never happens. It's not because I'm saying it, because I've already read this and researched it. Filing a 1099 by itself means nothing. It's not the final word on what actually took place. Portillo versus Commissioner 1991. Also see Portillo versus Commissioner 1993. A Form 1099 is insufficient to form a rational foundation for the tax assessment against the taxpayer in this case. Thus, while a Form 1099 can serve as the basis for the inception of an IRS investigation, it it does not on its own create tax liability or establish how much income the taxpayer actually receives.
See, I ain't gonna lie. That's why reading is fundamental. I'm glad you pulled it up. Now, that's my first time reading it. Now, I found out the hard way by experience that this shit wasn't true. But to see it in black and white, which is not a secret, and that this goes to show you.
Said the 1099, that's the last thing to file. I put the 1099 together last. That was the last thing on the list. It's your supporting documents, which the IRS gonna make their determinant. So with that being said, that's the weekend deal. Monday morning, it's back to the regular rates, and probably within the next 90 days, it's going to increase. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining today. It is what it is. I'm not going to change my rates. I stand behind what I do. I can back up everything I say. I can back up everything I do. And that's just what we're going to do. Continue to make proper claims, make proper enforcement of our rights, and keep pushing the envelope further, because this is the new culture. One gone. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take that deal while it's available.